everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Kat, and for today we're going to be taking a look at the Oden's Eye Solmane 2 collection. So we have the palette here. I actually made this eye look with it. I was attempting to do a bit of like a partial cut crease, so let me know down in the comments what you guys think of it. But this is the color story. It is very, very pretty. I really like it. I think that the bottom row here with all of these like yellows and oranges, beautiful. Clearly that's why I incorporated it in the look. But I think all of them are really, really nice. We're definitely at this point familiar with the fact that I really enjoy the Oden's Eye formula. I think it's awesome, and their shimmers are really, really nice. Metallics are beautiful, and so I'm going to swatch the metallics for you guys real quick, and then we're going to jump into the highlighters, because that to me is probably the most interesting part about this collection, because this is like the third formula for highlighters that I have experienced through Oden's Eye. And so since I have all of the different formulas available, I wanted to swatch all of them for you guys to kind of show you the differences, so that if you haven't picked up any of them, you kind of know what to expect and which ones you might prefer. I'll also at the end of the video be letting you guys know who won my birthday giveaway. We had quite a few entries, and I also thought it would be kind of fun to just have this one be a bit more of a surprise for you guys. So instead of going through like 100% of the products, I'll just let you know there's Korean beauty products in there. There's some Korean jewelry that I picked up that I thought was really cute. There's also palettes, single shadows, like liners, skincare products. There's just so much in there. So I will give you guys like a quick little peek into the box, but the box is completely full. So here is the sneak peek of just some of the items that are in there. You had to look real quick, but there's just so much stuff in here, and I thought it would just be really fun to give you guys just a whole bunch of different things to try out from a bunch of different brands, so that way you can kind of see what you might like or not like. And so yeah, I just thought that would be super fun to just kind of let it be a little bit more of a surprise for whoever the winner is, that you just get this box at some point that just like has so many things in it. So I hope you guys love it, and good luck, and I will let you know the winner at the end. All right, but let's go ahead and jump into the palette. So we are going to swatch all of the metallic shades real quick here. Very excited about this. So the first shade is going to be Mercury, which is kind of like a lighter teal shade. Very nice. Solidly opaque on there. I don't think that this palette had, like, there aren't any multi-chrome, or I think there's one duochrome in here if I'm not mistaken. But the second shade is going to be Deep Space, and this is a nice medium blue. I have this on my eyes, and it is just a really pretty shade. This one does have a bit of like some purplish green sparkles on top of the blue that do give it a little bit of a transformational kind of view, but I would not classify this as like a duochrome at all. It's just kind of a metallic with some sparkle on top. But I do have that on the outer portion of my eyelid, along with some of the blue matte shades. And then the third shade that we have is Meteor, and this is kind of a lighter lilac shade. Very light, very sparkly. This one would make an absolutely gorgeous topper, but if you use some setting spray on your brush, you could easily build it up to where it's really nice and opaque on there. Then we have Starry Skye, which is a bit more of a sparkly shade, very kind of champagne-y gold with ever so slight some pink undertone. So this one was the only one where I was on the fence about whether it's a duochrome or not, but I don't think so. I think it's just a standard kind of more shimmery, glittery metallic, and I do have that on my inner corner for this eye look, and it just layered really nicely with everything else, and so really beautiful. Then we have Hallucinations, which is kind of a chunkier, thicker purple shade, and really beautiful. Definitely immediately opaque, solid metallic on there. Really nice. Definitely not as bespeckled as a couple of the others are. It's just a nice thick metallic on there. And then the last two metallics are definitely right up my alley. I also have those on my eye. The first one is going to be Sunlight, and this is just the most gorgeous grungy gold metallic. I absolutely love that. It is, oh, it's such a good shade. And I have that on the inner third of my lid, and then the middle of the lid has the shade Eternal, which is this more kind of burnt red shade, but also just, I mean, these two shades are so fall to me and just absolutely stunning. I really like that they're a little bit deeper of tones instead of like a lighter red or a lighter gold. I absolutely love how deep of tones they are, and they layered really nicely with the matte shades as well. And that is definitely something that I feel like Oden's Eye does really, really well with their palettes, is that they have a really nice complementary application of mattes to metallic shades. And so for all of the shades that you have on here, there are really nice metallic shades to go with the mattes. So I really, really like that. And this color story to me is just absolutely gorgeous. It very much so goes with the outer packaging, and so I thought it was stunning. But let's go ahead and get into the highlighters next, because that to me is like the really big aspect that I want to take a look at. So there were 6 highlighters that were released, and I grabbed 2 of them. I have Moon Talk, which is the more greenish one, and then Lavender Dream, which is purple, but they came out with several others. I know there was a blue and a pinkish one, and I think a gold one. I don't remember what the last one was, but they have like pretty much every kind of color that you could possibly want. And so I wanted to swatch them for you guys against the Norns collection, where I do have all 3. And then I also have from the Alva 2 collection, the quad palette as well. And so I wanted to show you guys all of the different formulas because they are drastically different. And so that way you'll know kind of what you're getting. So if you prefer a thicker consistency, maybe go for one of the types. If you prefer thinner, more sparkly, there's another type for that. And so we're just gonna swatch all of them real quick so that you guys can see and decide for yourselves which ones would be worth it for you to get. Let's go ahead and start with the new ones. We're gonna start with Moon Talk because this green, it like goes between green and blue and like some purple on there, but it is just such a pretty shade. And the design on here, like look how cute that is. They're all embossed really, really nicely. I mean, that's one of the things that Oden's Eye does really well, is that all of their highlighters have like the cutest embossing on there, or there's a fun pattern or something. There's a little bit of extra that makes it feel a little more special. So let's go ahead and swatch-a-rooney this guy. So I'm ruining the moon's face, but it needed to be done. All right, so right off the bat, it looks a bit more like a pastel chalky kind of consistency. So there it is. Really nice green reflect on there. Oh yeah, and solidly opaque with that swatch. So really, really nice on there. Definitely, I mean, you could, if you use your finger to apply your highlighter, like that is gonna shine very, very brightly. And then if you are someone that prefers to use kind of a bit of a floofy brush to apply it, we'll go ahead and show that as well, so you guys can see what it would look like on as well. So that one, let's go ahead and do right here. So that is a very light dusting. You can see just ever so slight that green sheen on my arm there, because I applied it right along there, and ever so slight how the light catches it. So really, really nice that it is, depending on how you want to apply it, just ever so slight of a sheen, or you can really, really build it up with this swatch on there. So that is a very nice formula on there. We have a lot of different options for how shiny you want it to be or not. But let's go ahead and swatch the purple one, Lavender Dream, next. And oh, look at this. It's got like blue, purple, pink in there. Very, very nice. I have to mess up the moon again. It's a sad, sad day. All right, here we go. Ooh, okay, so this one feels a little smoother, not quite as chalky of a consistency. Also, it looks significantly more transparent, and you definitely can see the kind of shift in those colors. So there you can see next to the green one just how much more transparent it is, a lot more reflect as it shifts between the blue and kind of purplish pink on there as well. But really, really stunning shade. All right, and I got it on my brush, and we're gonna go right below that green on there. So really rub it back and forth. And oh yeah, this one is almost not, it just, you can barely see it if you use just a light brush. Let me actually apply this one to my face, because I feel like this will be pretty with my look that I have right now. So we're just gonna do a light dusting along the ridge of my cheek there. And very subtle, but also still really beautiful, just adds a tiny pop of color on there, much more of that bespeckled kind of glitter than what you would get with the green one, because the green one to me definitely seems like it is significantly more impactful with how it would look on there. But this is this guy. You can definitely build it up. So 2 dips on there already gets you a good amount of shine on the cheek versus just 1 swipe. And so really, really pretty, but definitely very buildable. There's no cast on there with the purple one whatsoever, which is really, really nice. So if I'm looking straight on, you can't tell that I even have anything on. And then when I turn my face, it just catches it ever so slightly. So that is a really, really nice formula. I think the Lavender Dream one is really beautiful. The green one, real talk, I would probably love using just on my inner corner, because I love using highlighters for that like pop of color on there. And I feel like this green one is the perfect consistency to really get a good pop of color on there. All right, so now let's take a look at the Norns collection. So I have all 3 of these, and they are more of like a marbled look on here inside of the pan. And there was a blue, yellow, and pinkish purple. So let's go ahead and swatch them. They definitely feel softer, but still a thick consistency. So here's the blue one. And very nice and smooth, a little bit more on like borderline cream feeling on there. You can see good amount of reflect, really, really pretty, and not quite as pastel-y as the green one was, but still really, really beautiful. Look at that. Very nice, but definitely more of a cream feeling than a powder. All right, and then so the blue one is the Spring of Life shade, and then the yellow is the Veil of Future. And that one has kind of like ever so slightly some peachy, but very strong with the gold on there. Really beautiful shade. And again, feels almost more like a cream consistency. This one also could potentially be a bit more transparent. Oh yeah, definitely. So this one, you can almost barely see that gold sheen on there. So as far as like if you're looking for a natural kind of golden hue, I would say if you have like slightly deeper of a skin tone than mine, this would be a gorgeous one to use that would just give you ever so slight a little bit of a glow. You can see it on my finger here. Just a very nice gold shade, but definitely significantly more sheer. It's not nearly as strong of a highlighter as what you get with the other 3. And then the Web of Destiny is your like purplish pink one. So that is this dilly right here. And still a cream feeling on there, which is part of why as I swatch them, I'm like smooshing all of the shades together. So here we go with this guy, almost swatched on top of the gold on there. Very smooth, has a good amount of reflect, but also not fully opaque, but you could definitely build this one up, and it goes between gold and pink on there. So just a very pretty shade. I would say if you're wanting a stronger version of that pink, definitely go with one of the new Solmane 2 ones, because they do seem to be significantly stronger with the amount of reflect that you're getting. And then the final thing that I have to compare it to is the Alva 2 palette that we have, and that has 4 different formulas on there. You can see it also ranges in color, so we're gonna go ahead and swatch them, but they are also drastically different with the formulas. So the first one up is gonna be Salamander, which is definitely more on the sheer side. Also feels a little bit slightly like you're rubbing it in glitter, so it's a very sparkly one. But you can see on there, very beautiful, but a little bit more transparent, a little bit more of just the sparkly glitter type of highlighter rather than like the super opaque ones that you're getting with these guys. So just a little bit lighter. I would say very similar to how this guy turned out. Then we have Undine, which is definitely a thicker consistency of highlighter. So this guy's gonna be very solidly opaque. It's a lighter blue. Oh yeah. This is probably the thickest of all of the formulas that I have from Oden's Eye, but a very beautiful shade. I would say a bit more of that like almost kind of chalky consistency that we got with the green one, but on like a whole other level of like thickness. This is just one swipe is gonna be very solidly opaque. Let me show you that one with the brush just so we can see a comparison of like how different that would look applied to the face. So I will just swatch that guy right up here. All right, and there you go. You can really see that guy even with just applying it with a light brush. And so I would say that out of all of them, if you're wanting something that is very, very visible very quickly, that shade. Then we have Gnome, which is a nice kind of goldish shade. And here we go. Also a little bit more on the transparent side, very similar to the other gold shade that we have, but a little bit more visible because it's got a little bit of a stronger base to it, but still very, very light as far as like more on the natural glowy gold kind of side. And then the final shade is Silth, I think. This is again a little bit of a thicker consistency and a little bit of kind of like a lilac purple sheen to it. Definitely more on the opaque side again, very similar to the blue, but I would say not quite as thick as that one is. So when you get in close, you can really see that this guy is just completely opaque. This one you would probably need 2 swipes to get completely opaque, and has a nice purple shift to it. Very, very pretty. You can really see the difference between the gold ones on here as I am in close. They are very natural looking, just a really soft kind of hue that you would get with those, and so really nice. So if you're wanting to have something to try out several different formulas, I would go with the Alva 2 highlighter palette because you are legitimately getting 4 different consistencies on there. And so if you can't decide and you're like, man, I want to try them all, go with this guy to see what you would like most. If you prefer a bit more of a creamy consistency, then I would go with the Norns highlighters. They are definitely more on the light side. That is these 3 right here. They are going to be your most probably natural looking highlighters. Very soft to the touch, very easily blendable, and not too crazy out there. And then if you were wanting a bright, bright highlighter, these are the ones to go with from the new Solmane 2 collection because they are super bright. So this is all of them. I would love to know what you guys think, but you can really see how these 4 right here are very different consistencies, very different shades. So it's really nice to have a palette that you can just kind of test out all of it to see what you like most. But if you already know and you like a single one, they have pretty much every shade in the Solmane 2 ones, and the packaging is just, it's really nice. It's a thick, and it's got like a beautiful design on there. I really, really enjoy these, like especially the Lavender Dream one. That is this guy right here. I am going to love using that one. That is very, very pretty to me. But I would love to know what you guys think of everything. What do you think of the eye look that I did? I'll come in a little closer for you guys so you can see the look up close. I attempted to do a bit of a partial cut crease. Let me know how I did. I'm not super great at cut creases, but I figured with just how many fun shades there were in this palette, I wanted to kind of play around with it a little bit more, so I would love to know what you guys think of it. Let me know what you think of all of the different highlighters on here as well. Have you guys picked up any of the Oden's Eye highlighters? Which ones did you guys grab? What do you love? What do you think, like, maybe work on it a little more? I would love to know either way, but before we go, we're gonna get into the giveaway real quick. So let me get my list real quick, and then we are gonna jump right in with the random numberizer to see who won just all the special surprise stuff. All right, and I have the list. So we have 1 through 60 on the first page, and then on the back of the page, we have 61 through 90. So there are 90 total entrants that we have, and I have my random number generator. So we have 1 through 90 on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and click the tap to generate. This is it. Are we ready? Number 25. So number 25 on here, it will be the one name where I'm like, I don't feel like I know how to pronounce it, but it's Amelia Kiofska, I think. So that is right there, number 25. And so you'll have a week to claim it. And so what you need to do is, probably the best way to go about it is to just email me. I have my email linked in the description down below, but it's just beautyjacked@gmail.com. And so if you just email me with a good shipping address, then I will get the stuff out to you. But congratulations to Amelia. That is awesome for you. I have a feeling, is that Polish or perhaps Romanian? Not 100% certain, but I am super excited to hear where you are from. And so yeah, just go ahead and email me, let me know what a good shipping address is, and I will get everything out to you. But for everybody else, thank you so much for entering. You guys are absolutely amazing. You gave me so many new products that I need to go and check out. And so we are probably gonna do a get ready with me at some point here very soon, where I'm gonna be trying out just a whole bunch of the products that you guys were telling me that you absolutely love. And so we'll see if maybe that'll change some of the products that I am loving. So I might even do like a half face of like the products that you guys are loving and then my favorite products, and we'll see what we get. So kind of like that idea. But either way, give me a thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you did not, as we always do here. And if you made it to the end of the video and you've not yet subscribed, I would love it if you would join my family on here. We talk a ton about indie brands, do really colorful makeup, swatch all kinds of stuff. I do a ton of comparison videos, sometimes talk about clothes. And so if that sounds like fun, I would love it if you would join us, at least down in the comments down below. But other than that, you guys just go have a good one.